Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you all had a great weekend. Right, this time we are heading off to County Durham now, and we are heading off to S43 brewery for their Aliens Exist Dorado IPA, coming in at 6.3%. It's 440ml can. Individually, if you buy these, they're charging £6 for these. I bought it as a mystery box, which was 6 different beers for £24. Now, as it happens, I've just been on their website, basically to see how much this is on its own. But I also checked on what I had in the mystery box, so I paid £24 for it. Should have come in at £33, so I made a nice little saving there, £9 saving on that case of beers. So yeah, I've had a few of their beers and they're decent. Can wrap. Oh no, it's all right. I suppose it's all right. So we've got the S43 glass at the ready. So let's get it cracked open and see what we get. Now, I know my mate JB from Northern Southerner Beer Reviews has reviewed this, and he has actually said that it's a decent beer and it's a nice beer, but he doesn't feel it warrants that £6 price tag. And I did have a chat to him, and he's what he said to me is the beers that they've probably put in that box that you got are the ones that aren't the biggest sellers, if you like. So they're basically trying to clear stock that they're sort of struggling to get rid of. So that would explain why it was in there. So let's crack on, get on with it. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a bit of spiel on the can. It was canned on the 20th of April 2022. What started my outside work this year, as it happens. Not that you give a shit, but it's just a date that's in my head because I remember. Its best before is November 20th, 2022. Hops are Eldorado Cryo. Malt is Marisotta, oats, wheat, dextrin. Yeast is London Ale 3, which they use quite a bit in their stuff. So I've given you some of the bullshit. There we go. Look at that. Looks like sort of pineapple juice or something, doesn't it? It just looks like juice. Real thick, sort of dense look about it. Bits of carbonation going up, just a dusting of white on top. But it does look good. It does look really good. So I'm going to dive in on the nose and try and swill it round, see what we get without spilling it. I'm not having much joy there. Hoppy, big juicy notes there. It's almost got a sweet aroma in there. I'm struggling to pick out the actual aroma of the hops. Well, not, but the juice, it actually identifying the specific sort of fruit notes I'm picking up. But I'm getting the sweetness in there. There is maybe a sort of like a big sort of orange sort of juiciness in there. Grapefruit, mango. Even maybe, and I don't know if it's just me, there's a little sweet sort of coconut aroma in there for me. But it smells decent. It smells decent. So let's try and get the rest in. Stop waffling. See what we get. No major, there's a few big floaty bits that gone in there in the bottom of the glass there, but the yeast in the bottom, I don't know if you can see now. I won't tilt the glass because it'd be all over my head. Let's crack on, dive in, give it a go. Cheers. Gonna go in again. Am I disappointed with it? No, but there's something a little bit different in there. Okay, right. Body isn't bad. It's maybe a little bit lighter than you'd expect from it, but it's not bad. It's not a bad body. Carbonation's light in it, as with most S43 beers. They tend to be very lightly carbonated, lots of small bubbles. This one's no different. I would maybe like the tiniest little bit extra of carbonation in this beer, but not massively. It's almost perfect, really, carbonation in it. It just, I think you just do another 5% sort of bit of fizz in there. Nice and smooth. And a nice mouthfeel. Soft. Taste wise, you get the hops in there, or the El Dorado I should say, because it's only a single hop beer. It's definitely got a sweet, it's got a sweetness to it. It's got notiness to it. It's got, for me, I don't know why, you know, I'm not a big coconut eater, but it's got a little feel of coconut in there as well. There's definitely a bit of grapefruit in there. You're sort of getting a grapefruit sort of bitterness in there. Sweet mango. Even maybe sort of like, I mean, I say mango. I think it is mango. I think there's a little bit of sort of like an orange sort of citrus kind of feel in there, but that could be coming from the mango. Bit of pineapple in there as well. I don't know, maybe I'm going to be controversial. On the back end, the bitterness is sort of starting to kick in. And I think it's quite a harsh bitterness on the back end. It's not the... Sometimes I say this in the videos, it's really starting to sort of get a little bit on the back end. Some beers have a nice bitterness. Some beers have a powerful bitterness. Some beers have a little bit of a nasty bitterness. And this has a little bit of that. And it builds up as you drink the beer. The more you have it, that bitterness seems a little bit harsh, a little bit nasty, if you like. But other than that, and that could just be my taste personally, I actually don't think it's too bad. Is it a £6 beer? Well, I mean, you know, you'd maybe hope that it was a little bit heavier, maybe. But I don't think it's bad, and you can tell it is a quality beer, in all fairness. It might not be one of their best ones, but I think it's probably something that you've sort of seen similar beers of this standard in the supermarket at £3.50, maybe £4. So if you look at it like that, you could judge it and say it's not worth it. But what I would rather say is that if you've got beers of this sort of standard in the supermarket, you're actually getting a better beer in the supermarket than maybe what you think. So I don't really want to sort of slate it, but that bitterness on the back end, I'm really sort of not enjoying that little bit. But yeah, apart from the bitterness, I actually don't mind the beer. I think it's quite nice. 6.3%. Excuse me. You don't pick that bitterness up initially, and that it's the bitterness I always think that makes it feel like stronger than what it is. Maybe I don't think this feels 6.3%, and I don't think it's that the bitterness is huge in the back that might make it feel like that. I just think it's got a little bit of a nasty bitterness. But yeah, 6.3%. You wouldn't really know. It's hoppy, it's juicy, it's fruity. It's even maybe got a little bit of coconut thing going on in there, but that, you know, I don't know. But for me, yeah, all right. They say it's not one of their best beers, but it ain't a bad still either. The only downside is maybe on that very back end, that bitterness. So I'm going to stop repeating myself now. Nearly 10 minutes in. Thank you all for watching. Give it a try if you want to. I'll leave it up to you. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I will see you again soon on another beer review. Cheers.